Well, as public and political pressure continues to mount on U.S. President Donald Trump, it appears that he has changed his tone on the situation in Minneapolis, changing up oversight of the immigration operation that has resulted in 2 fatal shootings. My guest this morning is Eric Ham. He is CTV News political analyst based in Washington, D.C. Good morning to you, Eric.
Good morning.
So the first thing I want to talk about is Trump actually spoke to Fox News Tuesday, and he said, quote, "We are going to de-escalate a little bit." Why do you think Trump has struck a different tone in talking about Minnesota?
Well, right now, the president is feeling pressure from all sides. We know that the business community in Minneapolis has spoken out saying that there needs to be a de-escalation. And also, one of Donald Trump's most ardent voting bases, the National Rifle Association, has also come out and actually said that more needs to be done in terms of de-escalating the situation. To say nothing of the fact that polling data shows that right now the president is losing a wide swath of support, particularly as he looks to head into the midterm elections. And so right now what we're seeing here is the heat is coming from all sides, to say nothing, of course, of the fact that there could be a potential partial government shutdown, as Democrats in the U.S. Senate are now continuing to make clear that they will not support a funding bill that actually provides additional funding for the Department of Homeland Security.
Yeah, and Donald Trump has also brought in his border czar, Tom Homan, into Minneapolis. Do you see that changing any things moving forward?
Well, the president is certainly hoping it is, but what this actually does is President Donald Trump felt that Greg Bovino, the ICE director who was actually moved out and is now, we're told, retiring, was more of the eyes and ears for the Department of Homeland Security Secretary, Kristi Noem. Tom Homan is more of a Donald Trump person. In fact, President Trump said that Homan is there to actually be his eyes and ears, not those of Kristi Noem. So clearly what we're seeing here is this is also becoming an issue internally for the president, as we see the president is at odds with his own Department of Homeland Security Secretary, Kristi Noem, as well as her senior advisor, Corey Lewandowski, who is someone who has been with Donald Trump actually since his first term in office.
And Eric, I have to bring this up because a man attacked Minneapolis Congresswoman Ilhan Omar at a town hall meeting last night. And the video was captured, and it's him spraying an unknown substance at her. What is your reaction when you saw this video?
I think this speaks to just how polarizing this issue is becoming. We're talking about 2 dead individuals in Minneapolis who basically did nothing. One person was literally killed for actually trying to protect another individual who was also being attacked by ICE, and one was killed simply for driving. And so what we're seeing now is just how the tensions in that community are now boiling over. And what we're seeing here is no one is safe, either from ICE or even from the constituents themselves, who feel increasingly under threat.
Yeah, and something that we're seeing on social media, it talks about a nationwide strike. Do you actually see that resulting in anything significant? Is there just some chatter, or is this gaining traction across the board?
No, I think you're seeing protests and demonstrations all across the country right now. And at a time when the economy is very precarious right now, the last thing the president wants is to see something like this happen, where you've got millions of Americans all across the country elevating this issue and this problem, which is why I think we're seeing the president attempt to try to deal with this, actually getting above and beyond where even some of his own people had been on this issue, calling for calm, calling for de-escalation. In fact, we know that the president is already now moving some of those ICE agents out of Minnesota as well.
CTV News political analyst Eric Ham joining us. Thank you so much for your time, because there is so much going on, and appreciate your guidance on an ever-moving situation.
You bet. Thanks so much for having me.